Gigi, we are back. We were supposed to be back last week.
Yeah,
what happened to you?
We skipped a week.
What happened to you?
We had a bye week.
You know what happened?
We had
a bye week. They get bye weeks. We should get a bye week.
We got a bye week.
Well, we didn't have. We thought the first bowl was going to be exciting, Washington and whomever, and it wasn't. Boise State.
I can't remember who was playing.
Then it was Army. It was Army Navy week.
Oh, it was Army Navy week.
So we said, you know what? They get a bye week. We're going to take a bye week because we have to get ready for the playoffs.
And the bowl games.
And some of the bowl games.
Some of the bowl games.
But, how do you feel about these bowl games where people play, people don't play? What's your thoughts?
It's nothing. It's nothing that can be helped. I mean, a bowl game is a bowl game. They got so many bowl games now. They didn't have as many back in the old days, but that's okay. But nowadays they want to satisfy everybody. And with the NIL deals and what do we got, a cutoff date now too?
Well, here you go. Now you're going
I did. I got off the rails. Edit. So, yes. I like the bowl games. I know people are going to play. Some people aren't going to play.
Yes.
Hey, it is what it is.
I still love the bowl games, though. I think the bowl games are a great tradition in football. I think they still mean something. I think I said this before, but I totally understand when people opt out, especially if you have a good chance of going to the NFL. Hell, if you don't, guys, you got a slim chance of going to the NFL.
Yeah.
I understand it, but I still like it because guess what? Next man up.
That's right.
Right? Like, let them play. I think you shouldn't hold anything against anybody in a bowl game. It should be a good time, and it should be an exhibition of how you want to wrap up your season, be it with your first string or your second string or even your third string.
And whatever it takes.
Whoever comes, yeah. So
Notre Dame. So anyway, we had...
Wait, you don't move it on. I'm moving on.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, so we've had round one of the playoffs. Can I just go game by game in order?
Yes,
Okay, all right.
Right.
You ready for that? Can I take you back to Friday night?
Yes.
Picture it. Sicily. 17-7. Okay. So, Friday night, now, when I say a number, this is where they were seated. It's probably where a lot of people were ranked. Not everybody. We know who when I say it.
Okay.
But number 9, Alabama, goes to number 8, Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. Now, this is a rematch from the regular season. And Oklahoma, I believe, won by 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We didn't know which Bama was going to show up.
That is true.
And in the beginning, it was 17-0. And then we said, oh, we know which Bama's showing up. It's not the one we wanted to see. But then.
It flipped.
It flipped. Bama ties it.
Bama ties it on errors, turnovers made by Oklahoma.
Oklahoma just played so clumsy.
They played so well for the first 10 minutes, and then boom.
Just, you know what? Oklahoma.
I shouldn't say for the first 10 minutes. I should have said for the first quarter.
Yes. They scored 7. They scored 10 first quarter. Bama got nothing. Bama scored 17 second quarter. Oklahoma scored 7. I know you're going to get into it in the next game, so I don't want to spoil your line. But this is a time where some of the first round games we knew were going to be uneven. This was an even game. This is 8 and 9. We've met before. We're both in the SEC. Both kind of not new coaches, but not coaches of old. And quarterbacks who have had great games this year and struggled this year as well. And so what you wanted was them to come out and give it their best. And I think Alabama played 4 quarters, and I think Oklahoma played 3. That's my opinion. Or maybe they both played 3 and Bama played their quarter, just played it better. Because the score ended up being 34-24. Alabama wins, if you didn't know. Spoiler alert.
It was a game where you thought they would go out and play their very best. And of course, when, like you said, when Oklahoma came out, I'm thinking, wow, it's 17-0. Is Alabama's going to be that Alabama let us down kind of team. But like I said, once those turnovers that Oklahoma started to make, it was like Alabama said, come on, let's kick it into gear. An interception, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A fumble.
Mateer
a punt. Both of them had that.
Well, Oklahoma didn't.
Had a punt.
Oklahoma had an interception, and Oklahoma had no fumbles. Bama did have a fumble. But the other thing was, I was worried because we've said it again multiple times all season. Bama's not good second quarter.
Bama-
And guess what?
Bama came out good second
They
quarter.
showed up second
They
quarter
showed up
this
second
time,
quarter.
which sometimes is just the most important. If you're gonna try to win, if you can keep it close first half and you can win second half, I say second quarter, I mean second half. Bama doesn't play second half. Then there it is. And I think it just came down to, like you said, Mateer for Oklahoma had that interception. And then I don't feel like the penalties were out of control. Am I
No.
okay.
No, they could call a tight game. We didn't see any penalties as we said, what? You know how we get with penalties and refs.
I gotta say
that was not outrageous. They called them like they seen them, and they let them play.
Yep, and it looks like the penalties were even. 4 for Oklahoma with 46 yards, 5 for Alabama. 4 for Alabama, 5 for Oklahoma, about the same yards. And
don't tell me, and Oklahoma could have won the game. Them 2 missed field goals did not help at all.
Oh gosh. Okay, and you are absolutely right. So Bama moves on to the quarterfinals.
Right.
So
Rose Bowl.
the Rose Bowl. We'll get it. We'll talk about those games coming up. So let's go to the next game on the docket. First game, Saturday morning. We had a feeling this was going to be our game, so we made sure we...
Best game of the 4 that was played.
I completely agree with you.
Oh my God.
Completely agree with you.
Hey. Whoa.
Now.
Whoa.
The score. Miami 10. Miami, which was seeded number 10. Texas A&M seeded number 7. Miami 10. Texas A&M 3. Let's talk about it. Now, coming into this, it was a lot of controversy.
Yes, let's
Miami or Notre Dame. We're not going to get into it. We're not going to get into it.
Notre Dame.
But I agree with the decision. I think you do too.
Hey, listen.
If you beat Notre Dame, about it,
and it comes down to being
you and Notre Dame, then you get in.
Then you get in.
Hello. So let's talk about this game. No score at all.
First half.
Nobody.
0-0. It was
the field goals were. It was windy. I'm not gonna beat. I'm not gonna beat up on the kickers. That wind.
That would have blew me away.
That
wind was just like
you weighed 90 pounds. Yes, it would.
That wind was ferocious.
It was,
and you could tell when they kicked that ball was going right down the middle, and it would just go. Hey.
Well, you seen it in the beginning, right? Because game day was there.
Oh, that's true.
So college game day was there, and it was all, they always show the flags. It was a windy day, and I said it before the game started. I said, field goals ain't gonna cut it today.
Field goals did not cut it.
Field goals ain't gonna cut it today.
Well,
now,
second half it got better.
Well,
the wind died down.
I think it did too. I think you're right. First half, I do have to say, I think you could tell Miami was playing better. Though the score was 0-0, Miami got into field goal range more. 3 missed field goals, I think, in the first half, but got down there more. Miami's defense is way better than it was last year. Way better. And A&M, and it's been like this for me for the last few games. A lot of people said they were going to be a fraud and that it was they were only propped up because their schedule wasn't that bad. I don't want to say all of that, but
you know what I wrote down?
A&M's offense has not looked good to me the last few games.
Well, you know what I wrote down that first half?
What'd you write down?
Both teams.
Yes.
Defense.
Oh my God.
You couldn't move. One team was scared. The other team said, not today. Defense, Miami. Defense, Texas A&M. I have got to give it to both of those teams first half.
You do. You absolutely do. And you know what? You have to give it. The offenses were trying because when did he throw? Marcel Reed ended up throwing an interception. And now this is why I didn't want to steal your line. What did you say was gonna win this game?
Oh, everybody said it, and you can see it. The team that makes the least mistakes, will win this game.
Yes, which Marcel Reed ended up throwing by end of the game 2 interceptions. Carson Beck surprisingly none. And I was hoping, and I was hoping. Oh, let's talk about. Oh my God, let's talk about. I forgot about that too. Okay, so they come down. Finally, A&M gets a field goal. We like, God, thank God. So then I think Miami gets a field goal, right?
No, Miami got a field goal first.
Oh, I'm sorry, I lied. Miami got a field goal. Then A&M gets a field goal, and it's like 3-3. They don't score a touchdown till what? 3 minutes on the clock?
What did I write down? 1 minute and 41 seconds was left.
That was the first touchdown of the freaking
with 1 minute and 41 seconds or 45 seconds.
And you know what it was? I think it was like
quarter.
Which defense is gonna get tired first because they were showing up. The offense, again, I think they
Or
tried.
what offense was going to get hot.
Or, like you said, who was going to make the least
And
mistakes.
who got hot? Mark Fletcher from Miami. That boy, 17 carries,
couldn't stop the run
for 172 yards. Now, this was the thing I found interesting, Kelly.
Give it to me.
The total team rushing was 175 yards. Now,
Miami's total team.
Miami.
Rushing. Okay.
Now, of course, they take away. Carson Beck got sacked.
Yeah, there was some negatives.
That's a minus.
Yes.
One guy got sacked in the background. That's a minus. But so it totaled out to the team rushing 175 yards.
Wow.
This boy gets 172.
What?
Of the look it up. ESPN's got the stats.
I'm well aware of that.
But anyway,
rushing,
I looked at that.
Miami's team told. Oh wow.
Mark Fletcher.
Oh
well, his
wow.
mama was up in the crowd going crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, guess what? His dad passed away.
Yes.
His dad went to Miami. I think he played for Miami as well. So
I think it was something of that nature.
Hurricane guy. His mom, we've seen her a few times. She always has the really cool glasses.
Yeah.
So she up there, and they finally got going in that fourth quarter, and yelling. You love to see it. Well, then I found out later she's scared to fly.
Oh,
she drives to all his games.
She's another John Madden.
I think she drove to Cal State.
She might have.
I think she drove to Cal. There was a store. She drove to Cal State to see the game. And you know what?
That
lets you know. Moms make the world go round.
I'm telling you.
Hug your mother. Go call her right now if you can, because look at this. And we go back. So you are absolutely right. He had 172 yards by himself. The team total was 175. A&M could not stop the run.
Could not stop him.
Now, I will say this.
This is where it comes down to.
Let's not get into it yet. You going ahead?
No, you go.
Were you going to go ahead?
No, I wasn't going to say anything. I just said it would come down to that defense holding them. But they couldn't.
Well,
you talk about the offense.
I will say, no, I'm saying A&M's defense couldn't stop Miami's run game.
That was okay.
But I think Miami's defense couldn't necessarily stop A&M's pass game. I think Marcel Reed, I cannot remember how old he is, but I feel like I hope he has another at least year.
He got rattled.
He's a good quarterback, but he's not comfy in a pocket. He'd rather run than throw.
Right.
He can throw. I'm not saying he's the most accurate, but he has the distance and the power. But I think he makes bad decisions because he gets uncomfortable in that pocket.
Well, you can tell by his numbers, 25 of 39 passes he made. 237 yards for 2 interceptions.
Yeah. 237 yards. How did he get? And mind you, Carson Beck, barely had
130 yards.
Okay, because he had 80 when I checked. I said, what is going on?
He wasn't throwing.
You have to in the run. And that run was working. If it's working, it's working. But Miami pulls it off. Technically an upset. They beat them. They move on to the next round, which I don't feel bad for A&M. It's Elko's second year. They have been not flourishing as they thought they would when they joined the SEC some years ago. I think Elko has done a great job in 2 years, and I think they're only going to get better. Yeah. And I don't think they have anything to be ashamed of, maybe except for losing to Texas, but they made it to the playoffs. However, I think Miami is a good team. I don't think that they should have been. I think they should have made it to the playoffs over Notre Dame. I'll say it once, twice, and 3 times. Don't talk to me about G5 because I will go off.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad they won. That way Notre Dame with their snooty asses couldn't say.
Hey. The FCC is watching.
Sorry. With their snooty behinds because they couldn't say, oh, I told you so.
And now we're not going to play in any bowl game. Ha. We're not going to miss you.
Well, they're not. People aren't going to schedule them if they want to play.
You
want to go take? You want to take your ball. You want to take your ball so we can't play at the playground. That we don't want to play with you. We get our own ball.
Believe me, that comes back to haunt you.
Okay, the next 2 games, and slander will not be tolerated from you, young lady. Because I already didn't talk to your son. He already done riled me up today about it. Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. As we all know, due to the way the cookies crumble, based on the rules, 2 teams from the group of 5 got in. Group of 5 being the conferences that are not considered Power 4. Power 4 being Big 10, Big 12, SEC, ACC. Because of how the cookie crumbled, 2 teams from a non-Power 4 conference got into the playoffs. Now, where were these teams originally ranked? They were in the 20s. Did these teams have great records? Absolutely. Are these teams of a caliber of an Alabama, of a Texas A&M? Probably not. Probably could be. They probably could beat it. Maybe could hang with a Clemson. Beat a Clemson this year. Definitely could get Penn State. But they made it because that's the rules. So let's start with the winner of the American Conference, Tulane, seeded number 11, goes against number 6 Ole Miss. Now let's take a step back. I think we talked about the drama with Ole Miss.
Lane Kiffin left.
Lane Kiffin leaves. He goes to
Their
LSU
head coach.
with one game, with them going into the playoffs. Because he did the last game. He did the last game. He did rivalry week. He did the Egg Bowl.
He did that.
Announces he's going to LSU. It's very dramatic. It's very messy. No little judgment, but no judgment. We all have to do what we have to do.
It's all.
However, this is the best season in Ole Miss freaking history. First time they're going to a playoff, and he goes to LSU. That's how the timing worked out. Again, like a lot of coaches, probably not his fault. They promote the defensive coordinator immediately, and
Pete Golding,
the entire offensive coaching staff that left and went with Lane Kiffin to LSU came back to coach.
That was
specifically the O coordinator Charlie Weiss, who said it did not matter if Lane was going to say yes or no. I was going to come and coach.
I thought that was very classy.
Yes. Now I thought Lane was very classy too. I mean, but I thought Lane he could. I don't think his intention was to ever hurt anybody.
Yeah.
I think he did the best thing for him and his family. But it was also, he could have been nasty about it. He was not. He also said he gave a blessing and he told the committee because he didn't want the boys to be hurt or anybody on the team to be hurt by his decision, which was great. Now with that, some people started to murmur, and I said, there is no murmur. It's still the same coaching staff. What are you worried about?
True.
What are you worried about?
Nothing.
Now, the only thing I said you could worry about is maybe if the quarterback got hurt. And he did. Trinidad Chandler for Ole Miss got hurt. But then it dawned on me, he's the QB too.
Plus, to add more drama, this is Trinidad Chandler's last year.
Yes.
Therefore, he went and filed a He filed
and he filed to see if he can get another year eligibility
because he was sick one year?
Well, yes. So the story goes he comes from D2. He played for Fair State for 2-3 years. He gets to Ole Miss. He's the QB2. QB1 Simmons gets hurt in the Kentucky game earlier in the season. Trinidad comes in and is playing out of sight. So in my head, I'm like, well, everybody plays 6 years because of the COVID year and because most people get redshirted. Well, he didn't get redshirted at Fair State. It's D2. And then he comes and he plays, he technically almost could have got redshirted this year, but then the guy got hurt. So that probably was kind of his plan. I'll sit behind him or whatever the case. And so he said 1 year, though, he did miss some games because he was sick with like a lung issue. And so he's hoping that they let him play 1 more year.
Okay. But
it's up to them. They say it takes about 3 weeks to a month. I understand. I think they should take consideration. Same with Diego Pavia from Vanderbilt. Same with Joey Aguilar at Tennessee. I think there should be some consideration taken if you don't play in the FBS. Now, I'm not saying you should get a fresh 4 years in the FBS. No, but if you play in the FCS, if you do D2, D3, you do community college, I think there should be a consideration of maybe those years don't count as a whole year. Maybe they count as 3/4 or
right.
What, you know what I mean? Only because we all know the difference.
And once I get into the FBS, give me that 1 year.
And don't act like there is not a huge difference.
Please.
It's such a huge difference from FBS to D2. There's 2 divisions of D1 schools. Yeah. FBS is the elite of the D1 schools because of money and scholarships. Then there's FCS is still D1. It's still D1. And then there's D2. So that tells you that there's a different level. So if somebody's worked so hard, and I didn't get into community college, that's a whole other level below D3. So if somebody's worked hard and improved their skill set, 1 more year. I'm sorry, I changed it.
I know it. Edit. He is just a... And I didn't know he wasn't the regular quarterback till you reminded me.
I did.
And then when he got hurt yesterday, the real quarterback, Austin Simmons, came in and threw for a few passes.
Which he's a sophomore.
And he's only a sophomore.
And mind you, you got to remember.
He's good, too.
he beat Trinidad for the job.
And the only reason Trinidad got him
is because he got hurt. So Lane Kiffin, who everybody is praising as one of the great coaches of this era, Lane Kiffin chose this kid. So I said, oh, Ole Miss is just loaded. Henceforth, Ole Miss beats Tulane 41-10.
We've said all that to get to this.
We tried to wrap that little.
But speaking of the kids, it's so crazy that coaches are just as bad, because John Summerall, who is the coach of Tulane,
yes,
is going to the Florida Gators.
Yes.
Who got fired? Bill Napier?
Napier, your boy Napier got fired. Yes.
But do you know what he did? He coached. He said he wanted to go out big, but
a lot of times, if you know it's okay, you're gonna announce the move. There was no conflict of interest. It's a different. It's weird when it's the same division.
But when
that's when it gets sticky. So he's coming from Tulane. They part of the ain't nobody worried about Tulane. I feel bad for him though, because they are doing double duty.
And plus, his dad died.
I was about to just say that. The other factor.
Oh my God! For John Summerall,
his dad passes away Thursday. He's got a coach on Saturday. I didn't think Ole Miss was going to beat Tulane regardless. I did not think he was going to be his best self because of that. And I don't care how you try to compartmentalize. I am the queen of compartmentalizing. You cannot do it. You can expect it. It's different when it happens. Mm-hmm. I don't care how many times you run in your head, but I am proud Tulane came. I'm proud they showed up.
And he showed up too.
And my other little nugget of satisfaction is BYU did not make it into the playoffs. Jake Resloff, the quarterback for Tulane, played for BYU last year. I think he lost the job to your boy Bear Bachmeyer. Yeah. So he goes to Tulane. Tulane does make it to the playoffs. So good on you, Jake Resloff. Okay, let's move on to the last, but I'll say it wasn't the least. I'm gonna give Tulane the least today. I'm gonna give Tulane the least. I get you. 41-10. Okay. Now, mind you, this was a rematch too. Ole Miss beat them 45-10 last time, so I guess they did improve by 4 points, 4 points, whatever. So progress, right? Last but not least, the 12th seed and number 5 or 12th seed James Madison and number 5 Oregon played in Oregon.
They didn't play.
I'm not gonna let you do that.
I'm sorry, JMU.
I'm gonna stop you, young lady. Now, full disclosure. We were a little bit salty. I'll say salty at the Tulane Ole Miss game. I was hoping for a miracle. But I said, JMU.
This is the playoffs.
His coach is leaving too.
Miracles
James' coach is leaving too, by the way.
Yes, I know.
And so I said,
go to UCLA.
I said, Oregon's going to win. Because JMU is a pseudo connection to Cignetti, who's the coach of Indiana. Indiana beat Oregon this year in Oregon. They're not happy about it. Broke their home winning streak. So they are going to beat up a little JMU because Cignetti used to coach for JMU 2 years ago. And JMU has said they always root for Indiana because some of the guys went over there. Yes. And I said, Oregon's going to take it to them. And Oregon took it to them. It was 28-3. And we said we will not subject ourselves to any more punishment. And we turned it off. I wake up this morning and I see the score. Oregon wins, of course. They don't cover the spread. Spread is
God, Vegas in the house.
Is that judgment? Have you never been to Vegas?
I've been to Vegas.
Now, speaking of, you know what? Let's put the spotlight on you. Dolores, have you ever partaken in betting, parlay betting, sports betting?
I might have put a buck or two on a couple of games.
A buck or two. Have you ever advised anyone when it comes to sports betting?
I might have chose a few teams.
And did those teams...
But it was innocent.
Did those teams win?
Those teams did win.
In Vegas, you, lady, have picked the best parlay that anybody in our family has ever picked in Vegas, turning $150 to $450 on some hockey bets. So I beg of you, young lady, to not raise your nose and look down at sports betting in Vegas.
Moving right along.
Oregon doesn't cover the spread. To me, that's a win for JMU. But at halftime, It was 31. No, it was. Oh shit.
No, it was 34.
34. 34-6. They got an interception. They got a field goal.
I
mean, JMU was trying.
They were.
What about that trick play? What about that? Oh, wait a minute. Wait, before we move on, y'all know I love a trick play. Tulane goes out to receive a punt.
Oh, this is Tulane. Back to Tulane.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. You know I love a trick play. You know I love a squib kick.
Yes.
You know I love a somebody besides the quarterback pass. This one was a new one. Tulane is going out to receive a punt. On the field is special teams, but also the quarterback. The quarterback is out there for a punt, to receive a punt. And I say, the announcer's like, and Restloff is back on the field.
Well,
it's going on the field earlier.
And I said, is he going to run the punt?
And you said, is he going to catch it? Is he going to do a punt return? They punt, the guy catches it, goes to throw it to the quarterback, fakes and runs off, gets 31 yards.
Everybody
and
I
said, why in all my years of college football
have I never
seen it? Oh my God. I loved it. Did I die?
That was great.
Best part of the game.
Was great.
Best part. Good. Congratulations, Ole Miss again.
We knew all the tricks of the trade.
Congratulations, Ole Miss again. I love a trick play. I love a trick play. When you got nothing to lose, I love a trick play. When you got everything to lose, I love a trick play. I digress. And I wrote down, do this more. Anyways, trick play, back to JMU Oregon Ducks. He does the thing where trick play, they throw it to the side. The guy who's not the quarterback catches it. They're like, that's a backward pass. Throws it down the field.
Ah, yes, he did. That was a good one.
Gets him on like the 15-yard line. And they went for a field goal because they couldn't score. But, however, Oregon's just taking it up top. They're just passing it, touchdown. I think, what did they say, the four first time?
They had a touchdown.
Touchdown. I said,
the first 4 possessions, they touchdown.
We turned it off when it was 31-3, and we weren't going to have it. But halftime, it ended up being 34-6, as you said. Wake up this morning, it's 51-34.
I was proud of them for coming back. But, I didn't read all the articles. I like to read the articles sometimes after the game. And the one article headline was that Dan Lanning was not happy with the second half.
He's pissed.
He said something about
they lost
it was not, I can't remember how he said it, but it was something like, it was not conference play football.
No. Well,
you don't play.
It was. He probably said it wasn't playoff football.
Playoff football
because this isn't in conference. But
because knowing that you play 4 quarters of hard football,
you play 4 quarters. I said I don't care what you have to say for the G5. Oregon and Ole Miss are lucky to play them because you get to have a real life practice or test, whatever you want to call it, against real football players who are trying to beat you.
Yes.
And it sharpens you up because we all have a feeling. Remember last year, everybody who sat home and got the bye week all lost.
I said
they
that's
all
another
lost.
thing that I was going to bring up later too.
Well, also last year, everybody who had home field advantage won. That wasn't the case this year. So this has been the season of broken streaks. So let's hope everybody has done what they needed to do and be ready for the next round. But I thought, this is crazy. Oregon won the first half, JMU won the second half. Fortunately for Oregon, as we've said 100 times, they had enough of a lead. Alabama, Georgia in the regular season. We talked about it. We talked about it.
Yes.
But and Oregon had 2 interceptions. JMU had none.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was looking at Dante Moore's.
So you want to talk about the way you played the second half? You want to talk about interceptions?
4 touchdowns, and I went 2 interceptions.
You gonna do that against Indiana?
No.
No, you're not. You did it because guess what? Last time you lost.
You can't do that against Indiana.
Let's wrap up these games. Can we move on?
Yes.
Okay. Let's move on to first things first. Before we move on, I would like to bring everybody's memories up to snuff, so to speak, about our choices on the winners for round 1. Don't remember? Don't worry, I wrote it down. Okay, so JMU Oregon, we both picked Oregon. No brainer. Even though they didn't cover the spread, I thought you would, Oregon. Tulane Ole Miss, we both picked Ole Miss. Ole Miss, you did cover the spread. I knew you would. Thank you. And let's go to Miami, Alabama. Kelly picked Alabama. Gee?
Did I pick Oklahoma?
You picked Oklahoma.
Okay. I was rooting for John Mateer.
You picked. I would not have been mad if. I'm not mad if either one of them won. I think either one of them deserved it, and I like John Mateer too. I like Coach Venables too.
And I just think Alabama was playing funky football at that time, and I thought, man, you can't go into the playoffs failing.
Listen,
that
you wasn't wrong because look how they started. It's just Oklahoma just fell off. If Oklahoma, and I always say it, and I know if was a fifth, we all be drunk, but if Oklahoma played their best game and Bama played their best game,
I think they made those 2 field goals.
It might have been a coin toss. So, and Miami, Texas A&M. Kelly picked Miami. Gee?
What?
Who'd you pick?
Did I pick Texas A&M?
You picked Texas A&M, and I would love to go on record that. Speaking to your son, we talked about it, and Miami's spread. The spread was 2.5. And he's like, I like Miami plus 2.5, and I said I like Miami on a money line. And if you want to get spicy, I like Miami minus 2.5. And I said I would even go further and say Miami minus 6.5. Covered. I know what I'm talking about.
Thank you, Kelly.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. And scene. No. So next round. Next round. Starting from the top. Well, let's start from the dates.
Whatever.
So on.
Okay. 12/31.
On 12/31.
New Year's Eve.
Yes. We've got seeded 10 Miami going up against number 2, the
Ohio State Buckeyes.
You're drenched in all the clothes. Ohio State Buckeyes. Who do you think, the spread is 9.5 in case anybody was curious. Who do you think's going to win?
You know, I cheated. I went to all those articles that saying who was going to pick.
That's fine. That's not cheating.
I was trying to get some research. Blah 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 blah.
So you picked.
And I you know what? I went with Miami. Let me say something that you said just a few minutes ago. Ohio State will not have played for a month. Their last game was on 11/30. They're going to come in here a month later and think they're going to be just as sharp as they was against the Indiana game where they lost. Miami played that game yesterday powerfully. And I said they played flat against Indiana. So now you don't play for a month. Miami just came off of a solid win. They come into the Rose Bowl.
No, they don't. They go into the Cotton Bowl.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Cotton Bowl. I got this 4:30.
Are you done?
Yep, because I'm thinking.
You have the nerve to come on here with that hat and that shirt and say Miami. Miami couldn't sniff Ohio State's jockstrap. Miami could not stop the pass game. Who do we have? Wide receivers. We're called wide receiver U. Our quarterback is 1,000 times better than Marcel Reed. Let me remind you, he was a Heisman Trophy candidate this year as a redshirt freshman, and we have a run game, and we have the number 1 defense in the nation. How dare you think
we have the number 1
yes!
defense in the nation?
Google it.
Well, I'm telling you, the number 2 defense in the nation beat them.
We're not playing the number 2 defense. We're playing Miami, the number 16 defense.
And they got a good defense.
16.
Well, you know something?
I'm yelling. I'm sorry. I'm yelling at y'all. Have you lost it? You watch all this college football and you pick Miami?
Well, I picked Ohio State against Indiana. Look what happened. But anyway.
You knew that was a 50-50. We all knew it was a 50-50.
This might be a 50-50 too.
How?
You haven't played in a month. And you know how Ryan Day plays. Right? Ryan Day plays conservatively.
Ryan Day doesn't play. He coaches.
Ryan Day coaches conservatively.
Ryan Day doesn't call all the plays. And Ryan Day can be spicy. We've seen him be spicy. It's just it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. We just need evil Ryan out here. That's all we need.
Well, evil Ryan shows up.
Let's call him diabolical Ryan.
Diabolical Ryan.
We need DR to show up. How dare you? You know what? I need to rewrite the contract. Okay, let's move on. Ole Miss is playing Georgia in the which bowl? Sugar Bowl? Who you got?
January 1st.
Ole Miss.
Georgia.
Okay. Now you want... Oh, Georgia's been off for a month. What say you?
Georgia against Ole Miss. Georgia are called the Bully Boys, and they aren't called the Bully Boys for nothing. they will run over you. They will sit on you.
They've been off for a month though.
But they're still bully
But they've
boys.
been off for a month.
But they play like they play should every day.
But they've been off for a month.
Yeah, but they don't play like Ohio State.
And they lost to a shaky Alabama. We lost to the number 2 team in the country in a division championship.
They will.
Oh,
Georgia
okay.
will win.
Okay. Alabama.
Georgia will be more prepared.
Than Ohio State.
Georgia is solid. I can't say.
I don't disagree. Let's be.
Ohio State has holes. I'll say.
Name one.
That way.
Name one.
Julian Saying.
Name one.
Got stacked 6 times in one game.
So name the hole.
Right there.
What's the hole?
The O-line. The O-line.
You don't think we're gonna be able to look at that and fix it?
Okay, we'll see.
Did you know they're the national champions right now? The banner's right here. Did you not watch last year?
You can't win every year.
We went on a 15-game win streak. We lost to Michigan last year and hadn't lost again until a year later. Don't talk to me about what we can't do.
I'd say they can't. You asked me who's going to win.
When you take this off, I'm burning it. No, I'm not burning. I'm taking it away because you don't deserve to wear the scarlet and gray. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. Alabama, Indiana, and our beloved Rose Bowl. Disgusting. But who you think gonna win?
Alabama who?
Alabama plays Indiana in Rose Bowl, Pasadena, California.
Now, that was a toss-up.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, they were...
I'm excited to watch it, though.
There was 2 different articles. One picked Indiana. The other one picked Alabama.
What about Gee? What does Gee say?
Ooh. That's going to be a hard one.
This is supposed to be a short show, y'all.
I'm sorry. Y'all, I don't know what to pick.
Just pick.
Alabama.
Okay, I love it. This ain't Bear Bryant's Alabama, though. I'm picking Indiana for the record. Okay, last but not least, Oregon, Texas Tech in the Citrus Bowl.
Okay.
Who you got?
I like Texas Tech.
Really? Who's the quarterback?
His name is Bayron Moore.
Oh, where'd he come from?
I can't remember where he came from, but I know his name is Bayron Moore. I looked him up.
Oh, you looked him up.
I wanted to make sure. I said, who is this?
So you didn't know his name before today?
Yeah, I knew his name before, Dad. Well, we watched him play one Saturday. I don't know which game we watched.
When they lost to Arizona State?
I don't know which game we watched.
Okay. When they played nobody ranked? But BYU and Utah?
Texas Tech to BYU.
Okay. Well, I've got Oregon. I think Dan Lanning, I know they're young. I know they're banged up. But Dan Lanning is a hell of a coach. And who's the coach for Texas Tech? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know who the quarterback's name. I only know the guy Rodriguez with the mustache, who they said he came in 5th for the Heisman Trophy. So, out of the games, I got 2 questions for you, and then we'll wrap it up. 1, which game during the quarterfinals are you most excited about?
You mean the CFP?
Yeah. Out of the 4 games we just talked about, which game are you most excited about?
Oh, gosh.
Ole Miss and Georgia is a rematch, by the way.
I think the Indiana-Alabama game.
I'm with you.
The Indiana-Alabama game. I want to see, are you the real deal, Indiana? Are you the real deal, Alabama?
Yeah.
Because like we said,
Caleb Bauer, are you the real deal?
Alabama comes out hot, or Alabama comes out cold.
In the last 2 years, what 3 coaches have beat Oregon?
And Indiana almost lost to Penn State.
And Iowa. But I ain't going to hold nobody. And we should have won. But I digress. There are 3 coaches that have beat Dan Lanning in the last 3 years. Or in the last maybe 3. Yeah, in the last 3 years, including this year. Those 3 coaches. Kurt Cignetti beat him this year in the regular season.
Indiana.
Yes. Ryan Day beat them in the final in the playoffs last year. And Kalen DeBauer beat him.
Alabama.
Formerly of Washington. He beat them when they played in the, I think it was the was it Pac-12 still at the time? Yes, Pac-12 at that time. Michael Penix beat him in the playoffs to go play Michigan, and then lost to Michigan last year for the 4 teams, and Michigan and Washington got in. So I'm excited to see the Bama Indiana. I think that's going to be a spicy one. I think that Oregon Texas Tech is going to be a weird one. I think
It's
Oregon's
weird.
going to win.
I know.
I just think I haven't seen Texas Tech play. But can I tell you and let me ask you, I'm sorry. What would be the most, based on the teams that are left, what would be the most exciting matchup that you would want to see? Or you would think would just be so crazy or good? Like, I don't want to see Ohio State, Oregon. I've seen it before. I don't want to see Ohio State, Indiana. I've seen it before. I don't want to see Bama, Georgia. I've seen it twice this year.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if you want to see it a third time, I'm not mad at you. But which one do you think would be a crazy matchup?
You mean for the finals?
Just in general, the last 8 teams out of Oregon, Texas Tech, Bama, Indiana, Ole Miss, Georgia, Miami, Ohio. Thinking about who moves on to the next round.
Oh,
maybe.
thinking about
or
who
maybe
moves
not.
on.
Or maybe even 2, because we got 2 more rounds, right? We got the semi and then we got the finals. Or the final game. What matchup do you think would be crazy? Either next round or the final round. Don't
I'd like to see Georgia and Indiana. If Indiana did win, what would you say?
I am excited. I'm not mad at that. But my number one matchup, the game that is going to be the creme de la creme for me is going to be Ohio State, Georgia.
Oh. Ooh.
Now that's going to be next round if everything goes the way it should go.
No.
New Year's Day. Because the only team that I would say I would be where I'm not worried about Oregon, Texas Tech. I'm not worried about Indiana. If we play Indiana again, I'm not worried about us winning. It's so hard to beat somebody twice in a season. True. Unless you're just that great or it's mismatch, right?
True.
We play again, they're not going to beat us twice, right?
Right.
So I'm not
going to say that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and in Miami, I don't want to see Miami. Miami can go away. But if Ohio State beats Miami like they should, Georgia beats Ole Miss like they should, semifinals, we could see a Georgia Ohio State.
That would be crazy.
As long I want my Ohio State to win. I love Ohio State. Long as they both give a good game, that would be if they both played at their best, as we've seen the best games they played this year, that team shows up. Can you imagine? Woo! Okay, we jumping too far ahead. We are not fortune tellers. We got to get through Miami. Let's not be those people that look too far ahead.
Let's not.
Let's play our game. But that one, I want to watch that one, and I don't care who make it to the national championship after that. So, well, I'm Kelly, like the color.
I'm Gee, like the butter.
And this is Saturday Hangover. Like, subscribe, follow, comment. Enjoy the holidays. We know it's coming up. It's a bunch of holidays. Whatever you celebrate, Festivus for the rest of us. Get into the nog.
Yes, and the Watson.
And we got hot toddies.
We got a week load of games.
Hopefully a week load of family and fun. And we will see y'all on Sunday.
Feliz Navidad.